All right, before we get into our question and answer, a little bit of a somber, serious topic that I would like to get into right now. Some things that kind of came out recently with the launch of the Boston Red Sox new docuseries on Netflix called The Clubhouse, A Year with the Red Sox. I was really excited for this to come out. This is like a project. This is that type of thing that I would love to make someday or do something similar. I think it shows sides of players that you just simply will not see, even if you schedule something, even if you do podcasts with them. You're just not going to see a lot of these sides of these guys. So you see this picture. This is Jarren Duran, and he made quite the admission during the show. He said his on-field woes during the 2021 and 2022 seasons fueled his mental health struggles to the point that he actually attempted suicide. Now, this is no laughing matter. Mental health things are a major issue for a lot of people, and it's a spectrum that a lot of people are on. Most people are, actually. Whether it's anxiety or it's pressure or it's this fight or flight, constant fight or flight, feeling in your body. One thing that I learned about myself during my IL stint in 2023 for anxiety was the concept of the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic is your activation, like you're basically fast switch, you're ready to go. And then parasympathetic is your relaxed nervous system. And it's like the two different modes you're supposed to be in. And those are supposed to be balanced. It was very clear that I was always in sympathetic and never getting into parasympathetic. Even when I was sleeping, I wasn't. I'm never really relaxing. And that compiles. And it turns into this, everything is so, you are always white knuckling and everything's so important all the time. But it's not. Logically it's not. But you still feel like it is. He had a few things to say. This is actually kind of how he explained it. I was already hearing it from fans, said Duran during the docuseries, and what they said to me, it was like I've told myself 10 times worse in the mirror. That was a really tough time for me. I didn't even want to be here anymore. Got to the point where I was sitting in my room, I had my rifle, and I had a bullet, and I pulled the trigger, and the gun clicked, and nothing happened. So he actually tried it, which is unfathomable for a lot of people. And I don't want to say that I've ever even been close to that level. But I do want to communicate that I have felt hopeless. I don't know how. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel better, or I don't know what this is, and I don't know how to do anything. And I'm a person who prides himself in learning how to do things, and then that causes frustration, which then makes it worse. And you get in this feedback loop of you can't stop. And I think that's where so many of these feelings come from. When you spin and you spin and you spin, and if you've never had to handle it before, it can feel like there's no options. And I hope that, first of all, the courage to say something like this on national television is incredible. So I tip the cap, and I commend him on that, because that shows so much growth. That shows how much work he's put in to work on these things and improve himself and put himself in a healthier place, that he's able to talk about it. And I think he's going to help a lot of people by doing that, especially young guys who play baseball and maybe see his life or death, even if they're 16, 17, 18 years old, or they see it as their only way to have a future. I know I know what being out there giving up 3 runs and thinking that everyone on the planet hates me when nobody cares, right? It's the weirdest thing, but nobody cares. It's just, you can't get yourself through that just by telling yourself that. You need help sometimes. So I commend him for talking about it. And it sounds like it was an eye-opening situation. He saw the light. He saw that he had a second chance, was given a second chance, and he decided to take it. I'm really proud of him. I'm proud of him for doing this. I know that his altercation with the fan, where he said some pretty horrible slurs, I believe this is in 2022, maybe the very beginning of 2023. This was recently. That is a byproduct of these things sometimes, to where it seems like it escalated to a point super fast that it didn't need to get to for the context of what's happening, but we don't know what's going on in that other person's head. And so a lot of it makes sense now. So I hope he keeps to get it the work he needs to get. And I hope everyone out there and everyone watching this and everyone in this channel right now also feels that that there is people that we do care about you, and I care about you. And if you need help, there are people that want to help you. And please tell someone, talk to people, find people that can help you as best you can. And just the faster you can be honest with them and with yourself, the better you will feel sooner. And tough times will never end. They never end. You're always going to feel something. It's part of living, part of being awake. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because I think it's really important and it means a lot to me. All right.